travel. Hope everyone is doing well.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of railways, highways, and everything in between.
Nice butter.
But as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt every bit as excited as the first day of my journey. A whole year. It felt like a lifetime. The places I'd seen, the people I'd met, of course, the forgotten treasures I'd given a new lease of life along the way. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. I'd been traveling for months, working my way from one town to the next, fixing everything from family heirlooms to VCRs. Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait until after I'd unpacked. I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off. I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repair woman, at your service. The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these. My favorite overalls. These will never go out of style. Looking forward to taking more close-ups of my fingers with this. I'll hand these out once I'm settled in. Fingers crossed they get me some work. Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen for the last few months, I was craving a decent meal. Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work. My parents never wanted me to go. They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew there was a world out there, beyond the four walls of our antique store, that I had to be a part of. I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out their stories, revealing the memories hidden beneath the screws and wires. My story in Bellariva began with a little girl and a voice she was longing to hear.
You like it? Oh god. This is my first time of it. I don't really know what it's about, but it looked interesting and kind of comfy. What's the Heimo? Do you know this? 'Cause I don't.
It was my first morning in Bella Riva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. It was a quiet town, its streets and alleyways basking peacefully in the hot morning sun.
There's a lot of story. And I'm glad I don't have to read it all out loud. Oh, you played it before. Okay.
In the main square, meanwhile, preparations were underway for the festival in a few days' time. As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bella Riva would need me to fix. So far, everything here seemed perfect. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy. Do you know how to fix things?
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged around in her backpack until she hauled out a battered red cassette deck.
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore. I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try? Why did you do that? How did you do that? I didn't see.
We just do that and then... Oh, never mind.
Still not working. Something else must be wrong.
Oh, wait. Does it not have battery?
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
Do I now? Like how you can physically see that they need replacing. Oh.
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight, know that I will always love you, even though we both know that we must say goodnight. Good night, my darling.
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem. Who was that singing? They're very good.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to fill. When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of a stick of gum, 3 mismatched buttons, and a yo-yo. I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. A part I wouldn't be able to fix.
Oh.
My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit. The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm Isabel's father. I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
Ah, my father's statue. What's left of it, at least. Yet another way I'd have disappointed him. It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it? Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
Ho. Hey.
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label.
Could have put on a bit more glue on the pieces. There was a tiny little crack there, I'm sorry.
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together? Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom. They must both miss her so much.
Sorry. I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again?
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping themselves occupied was their way of pretending it wasn't happening. Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too.
It's not a game about perfection. It's a game about fixing the best you can. Right? This is a kind of like deep-rooted perfectionism in me. I struggle with.
My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria? Were you here yesterday handing out flyers? I have a job for you.
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside, though, her potential customers hadn't noticed it either.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted, she walked over to the counter and returned with an old rotary phone.
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some, seasoning tips, but it won't connect. Can you see if you can figure out what's wrong? You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
I do vibe with it.
Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
Mm-hmm. What's the phone line coming? Lady, I think the problem is that it's not plugged in. Like, where'd you plug in the phone line? Anyhow, I think I'm supposed to disconnect this first. I'll take a look inside. It looks like I have some replacement parts on hand. That's awfully convenient. If only that part was realistic. Oh, one of the bells is working, was broken, but that shouldn't be a problem. That's only when it's ringing. Said it couldn't connect. So far, looks pretty normal. That's never seen that before. What did you do to this phone, lady? This poor phone.
These connections aren't quite right. I should check the wiring.
I don't think connections work like that. It's like I have to... This is a very cute circle board. I didn't know you could just drop it in like that. What even have little lights? This is actually really cute.
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
Oh, you want to replace the bell? So, but then what wire connects to the rotary dial? Doesn't seem like there's anything connected to it. It's wireless rotary. Oh. I have never touched one of those. I mean, I've opened a rotary phone before. It was like an art thing. And it looked similar, but not...
Still a few parts missing.
Of course, not dissimilar. It should be everything. Should just screw it back together. I need the coffee. Oh, that's how you pause. Okay, got it. Do you not want to clean it? Usually these can get pretty dirty. Oh, you don't want to try it out?
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
She knows it works. It's like telepathically.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no time.
That's if I can pay my phone bill, anyway. And the rent, and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone.
Hello? How's my favourite sister doing today?
As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll at the other end of the line.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the check in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh God, I have to get ready. Actually, I might have another job for you. Can you come by tomorrow?
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I'd return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Apparently, another guest had asked for me by name. Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. I knocked.
Are you here about the camera? It's about time.
The woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister tells me you know how to fix things. I'd usually go to an expert, of course, but in this town...
So this was Carmen's sister? The two of them couldn't have been more different. Inside her room, I saw a beautiful reflex camera, any professional photographer's dream.
The viewfinder is completely dark. I can't see anything through it at all. I assume you can figure out what's wrong?
Please don't look directly at the sun. Oh, it's already coming apart. Oh dear. No, don't. The mirror is shattered for some reason. Usually you do want to get these properly calibrated, though I don't know if you can do this on your own. Let's give it a shot. I love how this woman can just summon replacement parts out of thin air. Especially for antique stuff.
I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
Is this supposed to be a Pentax? If it's a Pentax, it's not even that expensive.
If I use the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror.
Oh, very. Let's say you have to calibrate it.
Perfect. Now the viewfinder should be working.
Yeah, you want to calibrate it properly. You want any more cleaning to do? I love how she just has like a
There's still a
replacement
part I
mirror.
need to attach. Where does it go?
I know. Shut up. Lens goes on. Put some film in it. What? What do I pull the film out? Oh, hold on.
There's still a part I need to attach.
I know. How do I pull the film out? What? How do I pull the film out? I'm gonna. Do you not wind it up properly?
There's still a part I need to attach. Where does it go?
Do you just want me to close it up? That's not how that works. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. Listen, you put in the film roll and then you pull it out. You put it in the other side. You take it from this side to that side, and then you keep. I've used these cameras so much before. This is not how you use a film camera.
I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I put my disposable to shame.
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris. It's a 1958 limited edition, the first of its kind. It cost me 3 months' salary, but it was worth it.
Have a quap. Have a Lotus. Lotus, no! It's not how camera work. No. It no work. That's not how camera work. Oh, Frame, I'm sorry. I don't even know how much that is. I guess she has a very bougie job. That's not how they work. It's a nice camera. But from a photographer's perspective, and not from a collector's, it's rather simplistic. Sorry.
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than I could afford.
Yeah, same.
It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford somewhere better? She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. At least there's one person in this town who knows what they're doing. Sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming if she thought so little of her sister.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm lending her another penny, she'll have to convince me it's not a total waste of time.
That didn't sound good. If Hurricane Helena was about to hit, I hoped Carmen was ready.
Oh, neon tubes will be very hard to fix.
The sun was setting over Bellariva by the time I reached Carmen's cafe. From the outside, it looked as quiet as ever, but inside, I found Carmen cleaning like her life depended on it.
Like the this game portrays these things as like easy repairs, and they're comfy and I like them. But they're not. It's not realistic, as like usually there's a lot more steps involved in finding out what's wrong, like what you did wrong, what part, where to find the part, if it even still exists as a replacement. Especially in neon tubes are like, they're like a craftsman thing, it's like an artistic, what do you call it? It's an artisan kind of thing, you know? So it just can't just be like easily fixed. Neon tubes, don't break the neon. Like the rotary phone. And good luck trying to find a replacement circuit board for that. Or just a mirror from like one of those SLRs. Or SLR camera. Artisanal Sunnis. Oh, sure. The neon shouldn't. Oh, shut up. What are you on a roll today? Hey, no more gas fire. Yeah, I got it.
Maria! Oh, don't mind all of this. If Helena finds one speck of dust in here, I'll never hear the end of it.
Carmen seemed pleased to see me, but I sensed the fidgeting tension beneath each sweep of her mop. Trying to live up to the standards of someone like Helena seemed like an impossible task.
I hope you didn't mind fixing the camera for her. She was furious when it broke. I really need this to go well. If she doesn't lend me the money, I don't know how long I can keep this place going.
Carmen led me to a back room, where she'd laid out the components of what looked like a neon sign.
I had this made when I first opened the cafe, but I'm hopeless with electronics.
Oh, so it's not broken. She just wants me to assemble it.
So there was supposed to be a sign outside. This might explain the lack of customers.
I'd like to put it up before Helena gets here. Can you give it a try?
Why didn't they assemble it for you? This must be the driver board. Seems like it goes here. Oh. Right. There's a call. Why is there glue? What am I gonna do with glue? that it? Okay, so this book then. Oh, okay, hold on. Where can I? Why would you do this with glue?
I think the whole thing is supposed to light up.
Yep. Calm down there, lady. On it. Oh, careful. Here we go.
I don't know, it's a bit flat. Maybe if it flashes, it'll really catch people's eye.
Great idea. I think I have a spare part that could do that.
I'm not going to just have this random stuff lying around. Oh yes, I just have like a neon driver board that can do that. Why is I attaching this stuff with glue? That's not very repair friendly. Wait. Oh. Did I hook it up? I guess I hooked it up backwards. Ah yes, having a monopoly. That still doesn't work. Okay, well at least it works.
It still needs something else. Maybe we can add one of these.
Oh. Hello? Oh, what did I do? Okay. Oh, it's a cafe, right? This is like the closest thing we have to a cafe. I like how people just have this stuff lying around. Oh, right, of course, we're gonna use glue again. Most unrealistic thing in this game is to glue everything together.
It works! I'll screw everything together again and you'll be set. The sign fixed, we headed outside and mounted it carefully over the cafe door.
That's perfect, Maria. It looks just how I imagined it. When I had this sign made, it all seemed so simple. Oh, I can't believe I might have to give it all up. I hope I've done enough.
The smile froze on her face as she spotted something over my shoulder. I turned to see.
Of course, my sister owns the only cafe in this entire town that isn't actually open.
For better or worse, Helena had arrived. Carmen opened her mouth to explain, but Helena swept indifferently past her. Finally pausing in the doorway, she turned back towards Carmen.
The first thing we're doing is getting rid of that hideous sign.
And with that, she disappeared inside. I hoped Carmen's chances of saving the cafe hadn't disappeared with her.
I didn't put the ice cream on though. Is that supposed to be a Game Boy Advance? SP?
It was the day before the festival, and the whole town was busy getting ready. I had more work than I knew what to do with. When Joseph called with another job, I was craving the cool quiet of his and Izzy's seafront house. I'd barely reached their front door when I heard someone calling me.
Psst, Maria, I need your help. Quickly, it's top secret.
It was Izzy, peeking out from the side of the house. She beckoned for me to follow her. She led me through to a beautiful, unruly garden overflowing with flowers of every color. Nestled among them was a playhouse, its doorway almost completely obscured by a towering rose bush.
Still feeling a bit sick as well. Thank you.
You have to squeeze past it and breathe in real small, like this.
Izzy took in a big gulp of air and crawled through the gap and into the playhouse.
I stay busy, Tori.
I hadn't planned on crawling in the dirt today, but the life of a repairwoman never did run smooth. On the table inside, there was an electronic toy. Not exactly the usual stock in my parents' antique shop.
I had an accident. I didn't do it on purpose or anything, but it won't turn on anymore. Can you fix it for me?
I don't where the electronics are just visible. Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to be a Game Boy SP. Game Boy Advance SP of some kind. Where's my screwdriver? I guess I don't need it. Bit odd. No, I can't fix it. I'm sorry. Hold on, what did I just do? That just comes off, does it? It's alright, that just... Gameplay simplification. Shut up. I'm just used to having this stuff and clear my hands. Oh shit, what do I do? I'll be fine. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Let's put it back, right? What if I just have this stuff randomly on me? Or is it fat? That one looks so cute. I want to play that game. Hmm. Makes sense. So that's the main board. Get this part out. So that's the cartridge slot, possibly. I'm mostly interested in this game. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the flipping form factor. I just think this game looks really cute. Just look at it. First adventure, there's a girl and a bird. Pop and play. So it seems like the sound chip. And this is for the speaker. Oh, I see.
Do grown-ups play games as well?
We do. Yes, we do. Pop and play.
Can you show me how to play? I tried before, but it was so hard.
Sure. 1989. That's adorable.
Her toy fixed, I watched Izzy retreat into its screen, taking refuge in a 3-inch world of her own. Well, I'd better head inside. Your dad is waiting for me.
Please don't tell him about the game. He'll think I broke it on purpose.
Why would he think that?
Because, well, I kind of dropped it really hard at the wall.
Izzy looked down, scuffing her shoes on the worn floor of the playhouse.
My dad said I have to go to this stupid festival tomorrow and put on a stupid dress, and I don't want to. All he cares about is working. He never wants to see me unless it's for his job. I'm not going. He can't make me.
With that, Izzy dove back through the rosebush and disappeared into the wilds of the garden. She was so young. She couldn't be expected to see that her dad was struggling too. It made me think. Had I really tried hard enough to understand my parents' point of view? I was so focused on the adventures ahead of me, maybe I didn't care enough about leaving them behind.
Oh, watch. Was it gonna be very hard to fix?
Leaving Izzy hiding in the garden, I walked around to the front of the house and rang the doorbell. It was only then I noticed my favorite overalls covered in grass stains. I scrubbed desperately, but it was too late.
Maria, what are you doing? What happened to your clothes?
I was, repairing a lawn mower.
How unusual. Well, do come in. The job I've got for you is a little more delicate.
Totally embarrassed, I walked into an orderly room filled with papers and ledgers. So this was his office. You must be so busy getting ready for the festival. Are you looking forward to it?
Of course. It's traditional for the mayor to judge food from every cafe and restaurant in town. I'll be declaring the best chef in Bella Riva by this time tomorrow. Speaking of which...
He unclipped the watch from his wrist and very carefully handed it to me.
I'll have a tight schedule to follow, but my watch stopped working a while ago. Could you see if you can make it tick again?
This is the kind of stuff you want to leave to a professional, because, well, it seems the only thing that's wrong is this, but if it's literally not working, it's very delicate. Wow.
Are you sure it will all fit back together?
Well, that it will. Love always, Not sure what that is supposed to mean. Like, there's a literally whole profession centered about making and repairing watches. Oh my, you don't want to touch this. It'll explode in your face and it will never go back the same again unless you're like a watchmaker.
Ah, the main plate has completely cracked.
Why would you
I need
do
to
that?
replace it.
No, why would you?
The cogs look good though. If I'm careful, I can reuse those.
Oh, why would you do that? That is, no. Completely shattered everything.
I've not gone a day without this watch since my wife gave it to me.
Oh, that makes it a bit more sentimental, does it? Let's see. Why did I disassemble this whole thing? bit simplistic, isn't it? You don't want to do this on your own. Some watchmakers just replaced the entire gear thing. It's just such precision. And it's very easy to mess it up. It's very delicate and tiny. Hey Connor. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I sound a bit sick. It's because I'm a bit sick. Don't download a car. You won't download a car, would you? Oh, it's true. I can't
As
stop
I handed
you.
the watch back to Joseph, my fingers traced over the engraving on the back. I hoped fixing this was one small way I could help him move forward.
I can't believe it's working, Maria. Thank you. My wife was a brilliant woman. Feeling this ticking on my wrist, it makes me feel like she's still here. Watches measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. I didn't know we had so little time. Even with Isabel, I barely see her. And when I do, she acts like she hates me.
Just then, the phone rang. Even when he was at home, his work was never done.
Sorry, Maria. I have to take this. I'll see you at the festival tomorrow.
As I left, I turned and saw him pacing the floor of his office, his watch glinting in the afternoon sun. I hoped its quiet ticking would at least bring him some peace during the busy days to come.
Need to be busted. It really did, yeah. But
When my last job of the day brought me to Carmen's apartment, the door was opened by someone I didn't expect to see, Helena.
Sorry for inflicting this mess on you. Carmen's never seen a knick-knack she doesn't want to buy, apparently.
Carmen's apartment was
What?
a little chaotic,
Stretch
but
it.
totally charming. It was easy to imagine her living in a place like this.
hydrate.
It definitely wasn't Helena's style. She seemed more upmarket than flea market. I wondered why she was even here.
We're having a clear out, or at least I am. Carmen's not helping, as usual. There's a market at the festival tomorrow. I'm selling some of these things to make her some money. She says she has nothing when there's all this stuff right under her nose.
Helena stepped delicately past the items on the floor and reached down to pick up one from the pile.
Look at this slide projector. Our parents treasured it, but Carmen treats it like a piece of junk. Can you take a look?
Don't worry, I have slide projector repair parts on hand. I put them in my overalls, apparently. It's from the brand Buddy. So what's wrong with it? Yeah, these are slides? What are they? What? See. That's a bulb. There's a slide inside, but there's no buttons in it. I guess I'll take it apart.
Oh, typical. Carmen's even managed to get a slide stuck in here.
Ah, yes, internet relay chat. Or if you recall correctly. Without electricity.
That light bulb is completely smashed.
This one is it.
Okay, I'll need to redirect the light to the lens at the top for the projector to work.
Why are these missing?
I was so excited when I moved to the city. Carmen, she looks so sad. Here's the clicker you'll need to attach. God knows how Carmen broke that as well.
Wait, how was it broken?
I think I've missed a screw somehow.
Well, just because it's not attached doesn't mean it's broken. Oh, no.
When we were younger, Carmen was always following me around. I suppose she looked up to me. A cool older sister.
Hmm.
She used to ask me when I was coming home, but I was always too busy.
It's nice.
Helena was transfixed, staring at the two young sisters the projector had brought glaringly into focus.
I never meant to let her down.
But you haven't, have you? You came all this way just to help with the cafe, plus the money.
That's the problem. There is no money. I lost my job a few months ago. My savings are almost gone. I have nothing. Carmen thinks I'll throw my checkbook at her bad decisions and make them okay. But I can't. Not this time. You know, the funny thing is, I came here wanting to tell her the truth. But she's so infuriating. How can I ask her for help when all she cares about is herself?
Helena fell silent, shrinking under the gaze of her younger self, projected onto the wall.
We drifted so far apart when I moved away. It felt like the only thing keeping us together was my bank balance. I know I have to tell her the truth. It isn't fair. But I already lost everything else. What if I lose her too?
Hmm. Camping spell. Yeah.
The day of the festival finally came, and after all my hard work, I was ready to put down my tools and pick up a fork. The smell as I entered the main square was incredible. Each stall was selling food even more delicious than the last. The competition would start any minute. Most stall holders were waiting anxiously for the mayor to pay them a visit. All of them, that was, except Carmen, who was still frantically chopping vegetables and stirring pots.
Maria! Thank God you're here. Can I ask you the world's biggest favour? Helena was supposed to help me run the stall today, but she never turned up. Probably too ashamed to show her face. I can't believe she lied to me.
What'd she do?
Carmen was stirring so furiously she was in danger of tipping the pot over altogether.
The mayor will be here any minute for the judging, but I'm almost out of my special.
She wasn't really going to ask me, was she? Not on my day off.
I have a stove ready to build and everything. Can you set it up and make me a spare batch?
Really? Oh, come on.
It all fits. Now to light the gas.
Just put it down. Have a cigarette. Have a carrot.
Her recipe is a bit smudged. Never mind, I'm sure whatever I put in will be fine. I think that pot is really boiling now. Smells great, if I say so myself. Here are the ingredients that Carmen's given me. What to add first?
quarter stick of whatever that is. That's a carrot. Two broccoli for it.
That looks good. I'll scoop a spoonful when I'm ready to serve.
Handful of chopped tomatoes. No. Why'd you do that? Gonna sort over? Oh, shoot. You're putting in an entire tomato. Why'd you do that? No. What about mushrooms? Plenty of onions.
My part done, Carmen took over and added the finishing touches. It was just in time, as a moment later, Joseph arrived with Izzy in tow. Carmen anxiously handed them both a serving.
That was so tasty. Can I have some more, please?
Well, you've certainly earned yourself a loyal customer in my daughter. We have a few more meals to taste, but so far you are one of the best. Good luck.
Joseph and Izzy looked so happy together. Maybe the festival was doing them some good after all. Carmen, on the other hand, seemed annoyed. But why, when it had all gone so well?
I wish Helena was here to see this. She's so convinced I'll never succeed at anything.
She wants what's best for you. She's just not very tactful about it.
Yes, I know. Even when I was a kid, she pushed me when no one else did. I just wish she hadn't lied to me. But then, I've asked so much of her over the years. I never stopped to think how much she actually had to give.
And she told her. Oh, a record player.
The festival finished. I only had one day left before I had to catch my train and leave Bella Riva behind.
Oh, I thought you were staying here.
I couldn't go without saying goodbye to Carmen. So, that evening, I made my way to the cafe. It was unrecognizable. She'd done it. Best food in Bella Riva. Half the town was outside waiting to see what the fuss was about.
Maria! My favorite sous chef. Come on through.
It was Carmen, acting every inch the successful cafe owner she deserved to be. Even Helena was there, serving the coffees. This was the last place I expected to see her after yesterday's drama. Carmen led me through to a balcony upstairs, where she brought out an old record player.
I found out where Helena was on the day of the festival. She was selling her camera to clear the cafe's debts. But then she didn't have much left for herself. So, I've asked her to come and stay with me for a while. We have a lot of catching up to do.
She didn't have to do that. That was very special. The camera meant a lot to her. That's a shame.
I wanted to give her this, to cheer her up. We listened to it all the time when we were kids. Do you think it has one last tune in it?
One last tune? Well, I hope not. I hope it has many more tunes in it.
Okay, let's see what happens when we turn this on. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring. The speaker isn't connected
Oh
properly.
yeah, shut up.
I should check the wiring. The speaker isn't connected properly.
Can
I should check the
you
wiring.
shut your mouth, please? Oh,
Here's the problem. This wiring isn't connected properly.
what did I do? It's not connected properly. What do you mean? I hardly even know what I did. Okay, so what I was supposed to do was take this off. Never annoy me. But why? Why? Why should you not annoy me? Are you scared? Record. Oh no, that was very gentle. I don't know how that would be like, seen as brutal. So why would this be not connected?
If I turn the volume up, I should be able to hear it now.
Hold on. But I won't play at the right speed.
I think that should do it. This record should play beautifully. It's spinning the wrong way. How can I get it to play in the right direction? It must be to do with the motor. Let's see if one of these spares can turn things around.
Why would that is such an odd problem to have? Really, that wire? You're 57B6. Oh god.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
It is though.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring. The speaker isn't connected properly.
It
I should check
is.
the wiring. The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
You should check your wiring.
Looks like something is still missing.
So this spins counterclockwise.
Looks like something is still missing.
And we want to make it spin clockwise.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring.
Again, you should check your wiring.
Looks like something is still missing.
Oh, this one spins clockwise. That's good.
Looks like something is still missing.
I know something's missing. Shut up.
Well, it's playing in the right direction. I should check it's turning at the correct speed.
It is.
The sweetest words I've ever heard.
Way ahead of you, Chief.
What will remain of the smiles, the ones that stole my heart that day?
The record player's crackling tune must have caught Helena's ear, as she appeared a few moments later.
Is that my old record player? I can't believe you've kept it all these years, Carmen.
Leaning over the music, they looked just like the young sisters the slide projector had preserved all these years, inseparable once again.
You know there's a big line of customers waiting downstairs, right?
Carmen told me about your camera. That was a really generous thing to do.
I loved that camera, but I love my sister more. Now it's her time to be the person she wants to be. I'm going to stay here with her for a while. Make up for lost time.
Carmen and Helena's relationship wasn't suddenly going to be perfect, but they were both prepared to try. And to think, it had all started because of a call Carmen made about some seasoning tips. I guess in the end, maybe it wasn't so hard to just pick up the phone and dial. I hadn't spoken to my own parents in a year. I wanted to hear their voices more than anything. But the silence between us was so cavernous. I didn't know how I'd ever find the words to bridge it. My final morning in Bella Riva, I received one last call out to Joseph and Izzy's house. I knew I had to pack, but I figured I could squeeze in one final job before I had to leave. When I arrived, I found Joseph tidying up his wilderness of a garden. The playhouse was already cleared. Inside, I could see Izzy happily testing out her screw-driving skills on the back of her cassette deck.
You've made quite the impression. Izzy, tells me she's going to be a repairwoman like Maria.
I'm sure she could be anything she wanted if she put her mind to it.
She could. She's a brilliant child. Spending the day with her at the festival, I haven't had so much fun in ages. I wanted to give her something before she starts to forget.
Inside, the house was transformed, flooded with light and the sounds of the garden. It felt alive again. This would be my last repair in Bella Riva, but it felt like it was the house that had really been restored.
It's a music box. It used to play beautifully, but now when I wind it up, nothing happens. I'd love for Izzy to hear it sing again. Can you help?
That's a no, Chief.
This mechanism is completely broken. I'll need to take it all apart before I can fix it.
How did that happen? Also, the thing is it plays the tune, right? If you swap it out with something that isn't the same, it'll play a different tune. No idea how you managed to do all that. Impressive, really. Was there anything about taking it all apart? I think that was it, wasn't it?
Perfect. The mechanism is good as new.
What's a little bird?
Maria, could you add this family picture of us?
Of course. Oh, that's what I'm going to use glue. That's, it kind of makes sense, but still. Make sure you position it correctly.
I think that's everything back together again. I should play it to make sure.
My wife used to sing this song to Izzy each night before bed, but I always worked too late to join them. Will you dream a dream for me if I sit by your side and hold you so tight? Know that I will always love you, even though we both know that we must say goodnight. I've missed so much already. I want to be the father my wife wanted me to be. I've ended up so much like my own father, working all the time. Izzy needs me more than that, especially now it's just the two of us. My daughter comes first. Well, until she gets bored of her stuffy old dad anyway.
I'll never ever get bored of you, Dad.
Izzy came running into the room where Joseph scooped her up and onto his shoulders. She gazed at the music box, her eyes shining. I'd never seen her look so happy.
Thank you, Maria, for everything. The things you fixed for me. I'm so glad to have them back.
Joseph was a good father, and I could tell he was determined to be an even better one. When it came down to it, that was all any of us wanted. A second chance to make something right. My time in Bellariva was almost over, but before I left, I knew there was something of my own I needed to fix. My time in Bellariva was almost at an end. Another chapter finished in a story whose ending I hadn't felt ready to write. The people I'd met, the items I'd restored, they'd taught me so much about what was really important. Pulling out my suitcase from beneath the bed, I remembered the day I stole it from my parents' shop, the day I left. Afterwards, I was too ashamed to call them, to apologize. It was a guilt I'd been carrying around every day since. As I packed, I knew that it was up to me to find a way to lighten the load. The recipe for Carmen's special. I'm under strict instructions to guard it with my life. Joseph's idea of light reading for the train. It does look thorough. Helena gave me these designer shirts. Not sure I'll pull them off as well as she does. My train ticket. Can't believe it's time to leave Bellariva behind. Izzy gave me this in exchange for my repair manual. She'll be a pro in no time. My parents would love Bellariva. Maybe I can convince them to make the trip. The soundtrack to my travels. I'll be listening to this on the journey.
You don't need a toothbrush and stuff like that.
My suitcase was full, but it was my heart that felt heavy as I made my way to the station. I was sorry to be leaving Bellariva behind, but I hoped that in my own small way I'd made a difference. Helena and Carmen's reunion was possible because they'd learned to overcome their differences. Joseph had realized he shouldn't let his grief or his work get in the way of his relationship with Izzy. They'd each learned to see things from someone else's perspective. Maybe it was time I saw things through my parents' eyes. I knew it would be easier to jump on the next train, put even more distance between us, but I finally felt ready to talk to them. I just didn't know if they would feel the same. Did I even remember their number? I wasn't sure until I reached for the phone and it all came flooding back. Mom? Dad?
Maria? Is that you?
Dear Maria, Carmen here. Sorry I haven't written. The cafe's been absolutely manic since you left. Luckily, I have Helena here to help. You wouldn't recognise her. She's like a new woman. She's always running round, taking orders and making drinks. I even heard her compliment a customer on their outfit. Personally, I draw the line at fluorescent green bowling shirts, but each to their own. It certainly made the customer smile. She misses the city, though. Bellariva's many things, but it's definitely not as chic as she'd like. She said there was a coffee shop near her old apartment where they made coffee with a shape drawn on top. It got me thinking, I'm an award-winning chef. I can figure out how to put a leaf on a cappuccino. A bit of cosmopolitan coffee might be just what Helena needs. Of course, ordering a new coffee machine was the easy part. I wish you could have seen the mess I got into trying to put the thing together.
It usually doesn't come in bits, just it comes pre-assembled, mostly. It wouldn't come like this. Come on now.
I saw Maria use her screwdriver a million times. Taking this apart will be easy.
Now playing the stuff. I forgot her name already. Cafe woman. Can't believe I've forgotten her name already. Oh dear.
These pipes look pretty simple. I should start with them.
I thought you weren't great with electronics. They look pretty simple, you say.
How can there be so much steam? Ugh, I'm getting soaked.
Why is everything turned on? This is not how you get a coffee machine. This is not how it works at all. I guess it makes for a fun puzzle though.
Oh, I wish Maria was here. She'd know how to put these pipes together.
Luckily I am Maria. And the same person. It used to be the Maria person. Yet now I'm here to help you. You can do it. Because this goes here, yep. Oh yeah.
Maybe I should focus on the pipes first.
Oh, shut up.
Easy.
We got a blue bit. Luckily it's all color coded.
Finally, no more steam.
doesn't seem to work unless the circuit lights are all green.
Usually, like, taking a coffee machine apart this much might even void the warranty. Just saying. So I'm gonna connect power to 1. Okay, let's do that. Then blinky bit to 3. Three to the blinky bit. Not sure how the coffee machine actually works, but lots of tools.
I think that's everything. Better test the buttons, just to make sure. All done. Piece of cake. Time to make my first coffee, I think.
Cookie. Oh, we're gonna actually make coffee now. No, now I know why it's a cookie. Oh, look at that. They use milk for the other thing.
Smells delicious. Now to make it look magical.
Oh no. You're gonna get me milk? Oh, usually you wanna use the milk with the machine, but whatever.
A perfect coffee. All it needs is a saucer and a couple of Helena's favourite biscuits.
Oh, I love those biscuits. Those are very good.
I was feeling more has-been than coffee queen by the time I'd made a drink fit for human consumption. It looked a bit, postmodern, but knowing Helena's refined tastes, I hoped she'd think it was intentional. Always the connoisseur, she didn't even bother to look at it at first. She was so busy wafting it under her nose. Steamed up her glasses, of course. How was she going to see my work of art through an eye full of fog? When she finally spotted it, though, she was totally impressed. I'll admit, she spent several minutes trying to figure out exactly what it was I'd drawn. She decided it was probably a horse. Well, what she doesn't know won't hurt her. She was impressed enough to ask for another one. I guess I'll need to get some practice in. The whole thing was such hard work, Maria. I never realised how difficult it was, all that mechanical stuff. It made me realise how much I have to thank you for, so I wanted to say that now. Better latte than never.
Oh dear.
Hoping you're well. Your friend, Carmen.
Yay! I think that was the game. Oh, that just quits the game. Okay. Thank you for joining me on this comfy adventure. Wasn't too long, but it was pretty comfy. Short game. Cobblestone is like, oh, I'll give her some love. Thank you for joining me today. It's pretty comfy. Oh god, it was like just enough game to fill like one stream and no more. So that was that. Sorry, I'm still a bit sick, but I appreciate everyone here. No, regardless. Yeah, for staying and stuff. I hope y'all have a good night. Make sure to stay lovely as always, and I'll see you real soon, okay? See you. Good night.